A couple weeks ago, me and Sarah did a video about how we got married in 12 weeks with only $3,000. And for our channel, that was a pretty wildly popular video. We got a lot of questions and a lot of comments about a few things that we actually neglected to mention. Some of them we kind of have reasons for not including them in the overall price. Some of them we just completely forgot. So I guess we're just gonna talk about those. I think one of the main things was we forgot to mention your hair and makeup. And I didn't realize that people, this is gonna sound so stupid, I didn't realize people like paid for that on their wedding day. I thought it was always like a family member or like a friend did it.
Nope.
But what did you do?
I did it myself. My hair and my makeup. And it took me about 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah, I actually had to get ready really fast. And I wanted it to take longer, but I was done and I was like, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
And then my friend was like, I think you're done. It looks great. That was a little anticlimactic, just
You thought it'd be a little...
done. I was so stressed out about my hair particularly because I have curly hair, and so, you know, if you have curly hair, you know, it just doesn't always cooperate and it gets really frizzy. Right. And it was going to be an outdoor wedding, and I practiced doing my hair and stuff, and honestly, the finished product was probably not what I had practiced 10 times, but I was happy with it, and I said, you know, why mess with it?
I thought it looked great. Great in the pictures. It looks amazing. So that was free. That's why we didn't add that. I actually put that in the comment section of that video because I realized, oh, that was...
And it was even so much to where, like, I was doing my makeup that day, and I did, at the time, did not wear lipstick because I have very sensitive lips, super weird. But my friend was like, you need lipstick. I have this stick of blush. Why don't you just use this? That's what I used for my lipstick on that day.
Stick of blush.
Yeah, it was like a cream blush.
Wow.
Use it as lipstick. Looking back, I'm really glad. Thank you, Danielle.
The other thing we forgot to mention was that we actually got married in 52 weeks.
What?
We neglected to mention that.
What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding. Okay, one real thing was, how many guests did you have? We should have invited a few more people, actually.
Yes,
I feel bad for a few people that we just didn't invite because we hadn't talked to them in like quite a long time, but now looking back, it was like...
Should have invited more people.
Why didn't we just spend a little bit more money and invite a few more people?
But we had like, what, about 100 people?
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact number, but I feel like it was about 100 people.
It kind of started to get to the point on the list where it was like, how many of these people have we seen in the last 3 years? Because we were trying to cut it down to save on money. That was one thing that I think that we probably should have just gone.
I think that the guest list was the hardest part of the wedding because everybody has an opinion on who you should and should not invite.
Oh, it's a huge thing. If you haven't gotten married yet, this is a huge deal.
Because I didn't want to leave anybody out, but then I also had people telling me that like, oh, you can't invite someone that you know is not going to come because they'll think that you're just wanting a gift. Right. And so I was like, well, I don't want them to think that I'm gift grabbing. And it was just so complicated and so stressful. And looking back, I wish I had just relaxed and invited who I wanted to invite.
Yeah. Yeah, yes. That was the main lesson I learned from getting married. Another thing a lot of people wanted to know was, how much did our rings cost? And this is actually a very funny story, and you probably remember it better than I do, honestly, so knock yourself out.
So, my ring, it's not a diamond, it's morganite, which I wanted. It has a halo, a diamond halo around it, but I
don't know what that means.
I like morganite. It's like a blush color. That's like my color. And so I knew I wanted rose gold, I wanted morganite, I wanted a diamond halo, and I found the perfect ring. And it just happened to be on sale. And
I actually wanted to like find Sarah a ring. This was actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I wanted to find Sarah a ring, and Sarah had a ring that she already knew that she wanted. I guess this is a thing that girls just look at rings sometimes. So she had it picked out, so it was like that thing where I realized that, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll just get that ring. You know what I mean?
Well, I was like, I understood he wanted to like pick it out, but at the same time, I was like, but this is something I have to wear for the rest of my life, and I really want this one. And so I did tell him about it, And it was on sale, like a really good sale price.
Yeah.
And so we kind of just, I guess he went with that. And I actually knew he was buying it at the time. So we had it all planned out. And so I like told him how to order it. And then they told me, they were like, okay, now you're going to need to order it and then bring it back to the store because it's an online only item, and then return it and then buy the insurance policy.
That was the way I could get the insurance policy, is if I bought it, then took it to the store, then returned it, then bought it again to get the insurance policy because they didn't have it in the store. Does that make sense?
So he does that, and next thing I know, he's calling me and going, Sarah, you won't believe it. The ring was even cheaper.
The ring was on sale when I returned it.
And so he actually got money back for returning it and then rebuying it.
This is like this loophole. And the lady I was returning it to, she was like, oh, this is on closeout. You're going to get an even cheaper deal. Now, be sure not to tell your fiance. And I was like, no, you don't understand. This is going to make her day. That this is cheaper. This will make her life. This is what she lives for. So I immediately walked out of the store, called Sarah, and Sarah flipped out. She was so happy.
Yes, and so I don't remember the exact final price, but I do remember, I can't remember if it was the rings together or just my engagement ring.
I can't
remember, but I remember that when Jordan and I first talked about rings, I had a much higher price in mind for what my ring should cost. Yeah. And Jordan was like, what, they cost like $350, right? And I was like, I was terrified of what ring I was going to get for $350, but my ring ended up costing $350.
And I was right. It cost about $350.
And it was originally $1,200, so I feel like that was a pretty good. And then our wedding bands, we actually ordered off of Etsy, and so they were also very reasonably priced, and I love them, and they've been great.
Yeah. Another question was, how did I get my suit? How much did that cost? I purposely did not put this in the video just because it was a very casual attire, ensemble, whatever, for me to wear. And honestly, I wear my wedding clothes like whenever I'm going somewhere nice or whatever. I wear that shirt and the pants. Yeah, so that was not a one-time thing. That was kind of like an investment. I didn't really have any like nice clothes at that point that like still fit me. They were like from prom when I was a kid. And I already had like the suit jacket I had bought, I think from H&M or something, but I hadn't really worn it, so that was basically new. That's why I didn't include that in the video. I honestly cannot even remember how much it cost. So that kind of saved money, honestly, because I didn't have like a tux or anything that I'm just gonna take back. I thought this question was funny. Did Jordan do anything? Sounds like Sarah put on a wedding in 12 weeks for less than $3,000. That's hard work. So the answer to that question is I didn't do that much. Sarah pretty much put the whole thing together. I was a helping hand and also an emotional support throughout the entire thing because Sarah almost lost it.
Well, that makes me sound like I'm crazy.
No, you're not crazy. It was very stressful given a lot of situations and
to do about
relationships and things for you to do.
Just drama.
Yeah.
Drama. There was some drama.
There's always some drama at a wedding. So Sarah was not a bridezilla. I can guarantee you that. I would have called her out. I picked out the music. That was one of the big things.
Jordan had one thing. So basically, I knew that he was kind of at a loss of what all the things I was doing. He was kind of like, I don't know.
And we had just bought a house, and I was trying to fix that up because a lot of stuff was wrong.
But I was like, the one thing I need you to do is to pick out what music we're going to have playing at our wedding, because I don't have like playlists. I don't have set music I listen to. I'm like a radio kind of listen to person. And so I was like, I have no idea.
Right.
Can you do this? And like the song that I actually did pick out was just the song that I walked down the aisle to. And I found this song, never had heard it before in my life.
Immediately started bawling.
I started crying and I was like, this is the one. But I found it, like we got married on a Sunday. I found it on Thursday. And I listened to it on repeat while I was finishing sewing my wedding dress.
And cried.
The Thursday before our wedding.
Okay, so this is a really long question, but one person wanted to know basically, because we did most of the stuff ourselves, did it kind of ruin the day? Not ruin, but did it change
put a
how
damper
a
on
damper
everything.
or like just kind of the magicalness of going to it. It's kind of like seeing the inner workings of Disney World when you're there. Did it do that for us?
To stress everybody out too much.
Yeah.
And the answer to that question is there was some stress on my part before the ceremony.
Yeah.
Just because I was a little rushed and like doing things. But once the wedding started, it was great. And I was just able to enjoy it. We had a family friend and their whole family came and like pitched in and helping my family set up and take down. So I'm very thankful for them. And they also kind of just helped make sure everything was going smoothly. And so I had asked her to kind of cover that, and she did a fabulous job. And then that's also another reason why I chose to pay for the wedding to be catered, even though that was the most expensive thing we paid for.
And we thought about not doing that.
I decided that was just going to be too hard, and I wanted everyone to enjoy it, so that was the reason why we invested in paying for catering.
I feel like the catering thing, if we had done that ourselves, that I feel like would have that would have been a lot.
As far as my dad taking pictures, that is his favorite thing to do. And he would have probably been hurt if it had been like,
Right.
okay, Dad, I'm gonna get someone else to take pictures so you can have fun. And then this is like outside of technically our wedding cost, but it's a notable thing that we did.
And it's something that you're gonna, if you're getting married, you're definitely gonna think about.
Yeah, that's our honeymoon and how we paid for our honeymoon. We got a really great deal on everything involving our honeymoon, on credit card points.
Yeah.
And so basically,
Not Dave Ramsey approved, but
No.
we play that system, all right. We
play that
do.
system. So we started doing this probably a year before we got married.
Yeah.
We wanted to kind of work on our credit anyway because we knew we were going to be buying a house. Now we pay off our bills every single month. We're not.
Yeah. Let's not kid ourselves
Yeah,
here.
there's
We're
no
just
debt
playing the
involved.
system. Yeah.
But we were able to pay for most of our honeymoon with those points that we acquired.
Because they were doing a special deal where it was like the money that you got back, they were like gonna double it at the end of the year. And so we basically just put everything on that.
And I got one and he got
Yeah.
one separately, obviously because we're not married yet.
Right.
And so we had a lot of points and it really paid off.
Yeah, pretty much.
We had a
Yeah,
great
that
honeymoon.
pretty much paid for that if I remember. Anyway, so that's pretty much all the questions that we forgot to answer. I hope that helped anybody out there who's thinking of getting married and is, worried or scared. It's not that bad. I'll be honest with you. As soon as I was stressed out, and as soon as you walked down the aisle, I wasn't stressed out anymore. I always remember there was like a switch. It was like, what's gonna happen? And then I saw you walking down, and then I wasn't worried anymore.
Yeah.
And everything else just played out at that point.
Same thing. Like once it was like go time,
Yeah.
I was not nervous. Like being nervous or having cold feet about getting married was not on the table.
Yeah.
And also I made the decision that I really wanted to like enjoy the wedding because so many people had told me that like you're not gonna remember your wedding, you're not even gonna be able to taste the food, like it's gonna be just like chaos. And I was like, no, I'm gonna enjoy my wedding. Now, it was still a blur just because it's like a big event and there's a lot of people and a lot of eyes on you, but I really feel like I took time to enjoy it.
Yeah, so even if you do everything yourself, you can still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't
Take
let
time
people
to
not tell you that. Or
enjoy your wedding.
Don't let people tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Idly thinking about